Here with Sherlock Holmes. I'm going to be I'm going to be playing through this the next few days. I'm going for the platinum trophy on it, so I'm going to be using guide whilst I'm going to change the position of the camera because I have a feeling it's going to interfere. Off the right. Let's see if that works. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing that over the next couple of days, trying to get the platinum trophy. Probably would take me about 3 or 4 days. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes. Alright, let's change this to inverted. Okay, this is set up all this. Right. Let's go.
Holmes!
Right, let's check this first.
Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes! Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Merry Men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone, then.
Right. So yeah, I will be using a guide throughout, so I want to get the thing. I want to get the platinum trophy, so... Okay, the controls are pretty funky, I must say. Sailor outfit. Okay. Controls are mega weird. The hell? What the hell? What the fuck? That's quite strange. I've no idea what's going to happen there. Right, I have to use my casebook. Right, square? Okay. Square opens the casebook. Evidence. I'm gonna say. Okay. Okay, we're off to Woodman's Lee, I guess.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
The graphics are pretty shite. Oh, pardon me.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Okay.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. But I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. We lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
Okay.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
I don't have a clue what to say here.
Never mind. Thank you, madam.
News is from the country, somewhere near the ancient pine woods of Inverness, Salisbury in Scotland, where the crested titbird can be found. The religious will undertake a St. James Way pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when she was a young woman. Okay. Now where do we go?
You have indeed suffered.
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe as a young sailor there. And you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. Do-do-do.
It seems that the garden was well maintained. The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see. These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool. This window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in. What a terrible way to die. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon. JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
I'll be back in a second. Right, I am back. I'm ready to solve some cases. I just wanted to print out a walkthrough to the platinum because I was getting fucked off on my phone. So, okay, so where are we on here?
Someone drank from this glass recently. Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death. The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work. This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
I have no idea what I'm doing here. Yeah,
This
finally.
is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors. The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. The murder weapon was probably taken from this rack. Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting. Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain. The ship's log. The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches. This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book, a box or a small chest, perhaps. Dundee. Hammerfest. It's a whaling map. These boots don't match the footprints.
Interesting.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. Right. Press to open the induction window. Here you will see all the clues you've found so far. You need to put two clues together to make an analysis. If one clue turns red, they don't match. Both need to be blue. Same is true for the analysis. They need to be blue to make a conclusion. Okay. Breaking attempts. Oh me. An ambush must be made tonight to see if the breaking attempt will be repeated. Okay.
Ha! Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us. This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Shh! Did you hear that? There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there! Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've caught in our net. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not... It's a terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
Right.
These are the suspect's belongings.
From R. Dawson to my friend and partner, 1883.
And partner, 1883. From R. Dawson to my friend Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer. A handkerchief with the initials JHN. A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These
Two. Right, it's just going to be a QTA.
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent.
Okay. Now what do we do? We head to Baker Street now, I believe. Nelligan is approximately 19 years old, raised in Wales, but after deserting his father 10 years ago, he and his family fell into poverty. He worked to earn money by cleaning fish. Despite undertaking such manual work for a considerable time, Nelligan remains physically weak. Okay. Let's go to Baker Street. Alright. Dawson and Nelligan Investment Fund bankrupt, Nelligan missing. The Dawson and Nelligan Investment Fund, a regional banking institution based in Cornwall, declared bankruptcy as a result of heavy losses on its loan portfolio and has accordingly been assigned for liquidation. It was the 23rd largest bank in Britain, and its bankruptcy was the second largest on record. As liquidation of the company is a pure catastrophe for many Cornwall families. Joshua Nelligan, one of the bankers, has since mysteriously disappeared. He was last seen aboard his yacht bound for departure to Norway. Nelligan is wanted both by the police and his creditors.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
Okay. We're going to change the camera position again. I'm not quite happy with it, so we're going to change it again. Oh yeah, it's huge. I'm just messing with it. That'll do. Oh, I think that's better. Right. Interrogate Nelligan again. Okay.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Interesting. Deduction time, right. Let's do some deductioning. That's over no deduction. Choose swift actions plus pinned to the wall. Swift actions plus pinned to the wall. Need to find out whether an unskilled and untrained man could use a harpoon well enough to kill by fully piercing a body.
I
Okay.
need to stage a reconstruction. I am sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
Director Bates is going to talk to Watson to start the experiment. Okay.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible, but if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
Righty-ho. We go back to the place. Gone the wrong way, eh?
"1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign. That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
Okay.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise, yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test. The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through. Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as hard as you can.
Okay.
The harpoon...
I'm shy at this.
Holmes...
What whole process X? Okay. Yeah. That's it.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
Okay. Oh yeah. Back to Scotland Yard. Back to Scotland Yard.
These are the suspect's belongings. I wonder if these are connected. Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belonged to my family, but I could not find them there.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Okay.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Right, let's do some concluding. Right, so, breaking attempts, plus Nelligan's notebook. Um, missing tin box, plus missing papers. Missing papers. Oh. Retrieving the notebook, plus stolen valuable papers. What? I've got that. Retrieving the notebook, plus stolen valuable papers. Strength requirement, plus pin to the wall. Pick the strip, lucky throw. Now it's time to set up elegant entrance. Uh, how do I get back to... Okay, breaking text plus missing papers. Making attempts plus missing papers. I've got that. Anyway. Looking for papers. Missing tin blocks plus missing papers. Leather contents. Okay. Finger strength, okay. Right, come on. There we go. Right, okay, that's fine. Okay. That is fine. Go back to Baker Street, okay.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him. Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Huh? Sherlock definitely gets around. Been all over London. Down to Sussex as well.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
Oh.
These are the suspect's belongings. Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5. A pen. Nothing unusual about it. The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely, and considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
Okay.
That's all for now.
Back to Baker Street we go.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the 3rd one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Okay. Blue, green, blue. Orange, clear, orange, clear.
Done. Now I can proceed further.
Nice.
Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery. I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
There's a stranger who is suspected by the police as a suspicious individual seen prowling around at night near Woodman's Lee. He is a former soldier. Former soldier who left the military with an honourable discharge after having been wounded in the neck by shrapnel. He now lives a quiet life working as a gardener. Okay. Back to Woodman's Lee we go. Back to Woodman's Lee we go.
These boots match the footprints exactly.
Yeah. Back to Scotland Yard.
Please escort this suspect. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
Okay, mate, sure you did.
So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I
Sure
will
it was,
check
mate.
that, Mr. Hurtley.
Sure it was.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Right. Back to Woodman's Lee we go, by the looks of it. back to Woodman's Lee we go. Oh, you know.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh, my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam. Let's see what could be hidden here.
Okay. Let's see. The plot thickens.
Let us see what is in this box.
Says that. Yeah, boy.
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Judith Carey's letter. Liam, my dear, you've been so good to me all these years, all the time that I've known you. I cannot describe these feelings, but I suppose that they are sinful and no good can come from them. I fear what might happen. I fear going against God. I thank you for your care, but I cannot leave the man with whom I have been bound by God. It is his divine will, and thus my husband is the cross that I must bear. He makes my life a living hell, but bruises fade, and you must not worry for me. Okay? After you read it, head back to Mrs. Carey and speak with her again. Okay.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
It's like Shenmue. Gotta find some sailors. Okay, I need my phone again. I need my phone again. These footprints. Plus, no gardener. Oh, oh, oh. No gardener. Explain presence. Judith Carey's letter plus Judith Carey's confession. Desperate jealousy. Jealous gardener. Plus unexplained presence. Called Hurley's motive. Okay. Hurley's motive. Strength requirement. Plus printer wall. Lucky throw. Okay, Hurley's guilty. Select close conclusion. Get to the screen where you can choose to resolve or condemn an activity. Then press the circle to continue the investigation. Next, you need to set up Hurley's innocence. So go back into the deduction screen. Okay, we gotta do this now. Oh god. Right, so empty footprints plus no gardener equals unexplained presence. Liam Hartley's letter plus Judith Carey's confession. Desperate jealousy. Harmless flirting. Okay. Harmless flirting plus unexplained presence equals Hartley's innocence. Okay. Okay. That's all done. Right. Like the hell these innocents in the ransom. It is not actually a conclusion, but you need to set up an right. From here you can move on to the next conclusion. 2 murders. Okay. Right, so I'm going to do this now. Conclusion 3 out of 4. Okay. Conclusion 3 out of 4. First introduced that both Nelligan and Hartley are guilty. Don't know. Feat of strength must be selected for the harpoon throw. Okay. Feat of strength must be selected for the harpoon throw. Okay. Oh, okay. First introduced that both Nelligan and Hartley are guilty. Okay. Okay. Possible conspiracy. 2 murders. Okay. Okay, head back to Baker Street now.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
Pablo Contral. Okay. That's the one we want. Pablo Contral, is it? I think I just read that. Ventra.
This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now.
Patrick Kane.
This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch. Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Deduction time. I think.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
This is turning into Shenmue, this game. I must find some sailors.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
Okay, now there we go. Where we go. Let's go to the Sea Witch pub. You must beat him in 2 Sabramas matches before he talks to you. Okay.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
I've heard all about the gambling and arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
Okay. Follow Patrick Cairns' facial expressions to understand. Moves, push, restrain, idle, and plan your counter strategy. Pay attention to your stamina. Press the push.
That's the arm that killed 100 whales. Care to lose another 10 shillings?
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to...
Oh, this is all it is. Come on, fucking hell. Yeah!
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
What?
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
Yeah! That was much easier.
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
Haha.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner? Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Ah, of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger, we sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumours about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too, swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
And who was he?
I dunno. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course.
Okay.
Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Here it is.
Okay.
Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Okay. Right. We're almost done with this case, I believe. Actually, wait a minute. I'm going to exit first and read the character profile. Patrick Cairns is an experienced harpooner currently facing unemployment and poverty. Can be found most often in the Sea Witch public house, scene popular by the sailors whom he arm wrestles for money. Like many of his kind, he is a heavy smoker, indicated by his yellowed fingernails. Let's say. Okay. Right. Okay. Come on. There we go. Patrick Cairns' pouch plus Patrick Cairns equals pouch proves Patch Truth's guilt. Make sure name and number has been set up as innocent. Okay. Okay. Patch Truth's guilt. Okay. Okay. Filter strength must be selected for the harpoon throw. Filter strength plus pouch proofs guilt plus stolen value payment scan to get you. Select the brown conclusion cell. Select the brown conclusion cell to choose whether or not to condemn or resolve cans. Since this is the correct conclusion, you may now make a choice. We suggest you remember your choice, which choice you made. Making the same choice for the rest of the remaining cases, you'll net you a Man of Character trophy. After you make a choice, cutscene will play out. Hola. Ah. I'm on camera at the moment, love. Speak to you in a minute.
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Holmes, could you explain it to me?
As I informed you on our way here, Patrick Cairns is the murderer of Black Peter.
Why bring me here? Wouldn't it be better if we were out looking for him?
That would be futile, as he will be with us in approximately 12 seconds.
Oh, well, if this is your idea of humour...
No, I just heard the front door. Prepare yourself.
Good day, gentlemen. A young lad gave me a note from Captain Ahab. Am I at the right address? Is he here?
Indeed, it is the correct address. But in place of your captain, may I present to you Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard?
That means...
It means, my friend, that you are arrested for the murder of Black Peter.
What? What? A trap? You think you can take me?
Here now. We'll have none of that.
And I say that we will.
Shit, what the hell did I do? Shit! Nice. Nice. Lovely stuff.
Lestrade, are you all right? Are you able to stand?
Oh, my jaw. Gore. He took me by surprise, Mr. Holmes. Otherwise, he would have seen what I'm capable of. Oh.
Yes, he was lucky.
But you got him.
It was remarkably easy. He lost his balance after he struck you.
And you practice boxing, I know. You must have hit him hard. Our fellow is knocked out.
We should call for a police cab and then take you to the hospital.
Yes, well, no need for a hospital. I would prefer to keep this between us. You know.
Of course, Inspector. The case is closed.
Fate of Black Peter. Mitsuko was murdered by Patrick Cairns, a professional harpooner, the only one capable of executing such an accurate throw. Tobacco pouch was found inside Carey's cabin. He is a cold-blooded murderer. You have decided to bring him to justice. 16 clues found. Conclusion: Cairns is guilty. One choice condemned Cairns press. Check your conclusion. May spoil game experience. Exit conclusion. One, you're about to finish this case. The save files for this case will be removed. Press no if you would like to set a normal choice. Press yes if you agree with the choice you have made and you're ready to start a new chapter. Yes. Okay. Red's on the rails on the next one.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you... Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. Certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We're about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the Crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need? Help? Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further...
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Okay. Right. I don't know what time it is. 15 minutes left. Be back in a second. Okay. Righty-ho. Going to continue on. Have I got that on here? Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. No, I do not. It appears. Fine, we just carry on. Okay, so that's cutscene. You also informed the jail of a terrorist group called Drop on Town. Head for the door to leave. Now screws the camera and those cutscene keys.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Okay.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
Oh, the plot thickens.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow. Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Okay. Right. Huh? Head around the back of the station by the tracks.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual. A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here.
Shit.
There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues, and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Okay.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night.
I can't hear you, love.
So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
5 minutes, alright. I'll be down.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
See you later, my good man.
Nice. Station Master. Everett Robinson. Man is in his 60s. He's been married for a long time. A fresh spot's birthed upon his sleeve a real passion for gardening. His badge of Honourable Station Master reveals that he is a long-standing employee. All of this demonstrates his desire to live a quiet and stable life. Okay? That's going to be it for me today, I think. Yeah, it's going to be it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. If you did, you can follow me on Twitter at tblake7, subscribe on YouTube, Blakey101, follow me on Twitch, Disturbed Swan. Thanks for watching.